if I could retrade the last 2 weeks, here's what I would do. So I'm doing this because I want to drill in winning habits and behaviors. It's not really possible to retrade the last couple weeks, but I want to go in and look and rethink some of the mistakes that I made. It's no secret that I was bullish on the way down, and that caused me to lose money. Whereas if I had been bearish, I would have made money. So I want to relook at some things. The first thing is that I have had a rule that long only on Bitcoin and ETH and short only on alts, which I want to change that to long only above the 200 SMA and longs and shorts underneath the 200 SMA, where um, yeah, there would have been some decent shorts. However, with the alts, if we go look at Matic, I had an opportunity to take a really nice short on Matic and I did not. And this is the signal, this is what it looks like, is a failure at this monthly high. And I could have used a 1 ATR stop, or I could have used a much tighter stop and targeted under this inefficiency. Really, there's no support, right? So we actually got back down there pretty quick. So I didn't take that, and I should have. There's also NKN, similar thing, that looked like Matic and gave a signal on the same day, which I also didn't take, which also would have worked awesome. Something like this, targeting this low, then maybe target this low, which we would have hit today. So those would have been good to do. I ignored them. I was supposed to take them, but I didn't. Then as far as Bitcoin goes, I got a pretty good exit on my long, but here I was just convinced price should go higher. But once we fell back into this range and this SMA, whatever, at this point, right, one setup I took was trying to long a retest. Don't long retests. It's long breakout sweeps, whatever, but I do not like retest. So there was one that I took, got stopped out nicely. Tried along there, got swept out. Was long here, didn't hold that. Re-entered here. I think took another lot. It was just like massacre. Um, so what could I have, should I have done? Well, Bitcoin's a little less obvious because we're front running this here, but definitely getting out. And then I think the only acceptable long was trying right here. But once this happened, yo, we should be short. However, I think the better setup was sells on ETH. So let's look at ETH because ETH's clearly under the 200. Resistance flip support. Right here, we've got a failed breakout. So at the minimum, we should be able to target down here, if not down here, right? So if that wasn't already a signal, that should be a signal. Volatility is coming out. Price no longer going higher. And could have been a big win there already. Or also could still be holding, potentially aiming for this monthly low, which seems pretty likely to hit. Although again, this candle is difficult to trade. Enticing of longs, but the next candle seems to open up the possibility of blood. Now, oops, I'm also interested in going down to a lower time frame. Let's drop down to the 1 hour. And I'm going to turn on the gaps. where didn't quite get there, but um, this one seemed like these two seemed like the most interesting shorts. We're okay. Price is grinding down, it's sweeping. Swept that. So this is where, hey, maybe we should be a seller here. Try to target this low, which I don't think we got to yet on this, but we did. That one hit. When was my window to take that trade? After 4 p.m. on a Monday. Okay, now this one in here. When did this happen? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think I had Wednesday off. 7, 8. Say we would take not the best entry, and then we're targeting this gap down here. A little volatility, and we hit. So that would have been pretty good. As far as where price is right now, it's hard not to think we shouldn't take this low on ETH, and that we shouldn't maybe just continue sliding. The funding rate hasn't been very accurate or helpful. Actually, it has been. I think I've just ignored what I didn't want to see, maybe. We see a lot of negative funding now. Is funding actually negative, though? It is. Okay. Um, it's definitely not a place to short Bitcoin or ETH. 200 million longs liquidated. Problem is it's doesn't seem like the place on the chart to be a seller or to be a buyer. We would want to see price come all the way back in here, create um, some gaps that we could maybe buy from, but for now, okay, leaving it alone and waiting for this level to go. So yeah, if I could, it's negative. See price drifting higher as funding gets more negative. That's actually a pretty good sign for upside, but that can also always change. ETH doesn't look nearly as good. So yeah, interested to see if Bitcoin can recover. I don't want to keep longing, but gonna leave it alone for now. Okay, happy trading, y'all. Peace and love.